Hello, friends. A very warm welcome. And in this session, we are going to take up certain topics, ideas, and even facts, by which we will try to see through that how it is going to help us in the general studies, that is with respect to current affairs. Lot of issues we have been reading, and examination demands a pertinent and a very specific understanding of the last 1 or 2 years events. And at the top of it, if you have an idea about overall fundamental issues, then it is really going to help. So I'm going to start with Ashik, and I'm going to put forward certain questions and ideas, and let's see that what kind of thought process and belief we can bring in. Neuralink, that had been in news for quite some time. So Ashik, throwing light on what actually Neuralink is, can you tell three ethical perspectives for the same?
Yes, sir. First of all, Neuralink is a connectivity between the two aspect that can be embedded into the brain of a individual, and it can be used by the distant person. तो लिंक है तो एथिकल इशू हो सकता है डेटा प्राइवेसी. सेकेंड वुड बी it can be used for manipulation of with regarding to thinking of individual. And third would be
one can be the impact on the life of the individual itself, because we
Correct.
don't know at what scale it would be beneficial for us.
Yeah,
Putting
and
that
whether it
chip
is
in.
really required or not, whether this kind of technological progress and intervention is really good for the human being or human society at large. That is also an ethical perspective, and what kind of instructions and what kinds of guidelines it is going to give. So we have to think a little bit more into this. But then definitely a good try was there by Oshik. Public Examinations Bill 2024. So, throwing light on its salient features, Ashik, can you please tell me that is it a really in the right direction, and it will be a smart gesture to stop all kind of issues which are linked with leaking and also malpractices with the public examinations?
so public examination bill can act as a deterrent to fraudulent measures and as well as cheating in public examination. And it has certain features such as 10 years imprisonment, 1 crore rupees fine. But at the same time, long term measures is also needed so that this type of cases does not happen. उसमें पहला आ सकता है with regarding to connectivity of examination, just like JEE or UPSC prelims. Second would be regarding कि एग्जामिनेशन ही क्यों करना पड़े. वी कैन को रिलेट विद दैट क्रेडिट सिस्टम कर सकते हैं इसमें, जैसे होता है इन द पब्लिक यूनिवर्सिटी, उसको आप इंटीग्रेट कर सकते हैं. नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी बात करता है रिगार्डिंग इंक्लूजन ऑफ सर्टेन डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ फीचर्स इन एग्जामिनेशन, तो उसको ऐड कर सकते हैं सर. तो ये शॉर्ट टर्म मेजर है सिर्फ. लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए स्किलिंग इंपॉर्टेंट है. एग्जामिनेशन कि कैंडिडेसी इतना बढ़े ही नहीं, उस पर फोकस करना चाहिए. तो ये आ सकता है.
क्यों नहीं है ऐसा? Can you critically comment, Mansi, on 2 lines on this?
So क्यों नहीं है ऐसा, मतलब कौन से पॉइंट पे बोल रहे हो?
मतलब पब्लिक एग्जामिनेशन बिल है, लाइक कौशिक सेड, दिस इज ए शॉर्ट टर्म मेजर, लॉन्ग
जी.
टर्म होना चाहिए. तो फिर पब्लिक एग्जामिनेशन बिल ने क्या उस परव्यू को ध्यान में नहीं रखा? इज
Sir,
इट नॉट इंस्पायरिंग?
this is one of the, we can say, legislative measures which have been taken up by the government. And इसके अंदर और भी elements है, जैसे एक point जिस पे बात की गई है कि जो centralization power है, कुछ ऐसी authorities जैसे कि NTA is one of them या UPSC is one of them. So कुछ ऐसे competitive examinations जो पहले universities अपने level पे करती थी, उस पे हमें वापस shift होने की जरूरत है. एंड सेकंड सोल्यूशन एक और जो बात की गई है वो है कि पेन एंड पेपर मोड पे हमें फिर से शिफ्ट होने की जरूरत है, सो दैट जो लीकेज वाला इशू है उसको हम बेटर डील कर पाए.
You
एंड
want
जो
to
एक
say that examination bill is talking about going back to pen and paper mode?
सर, दिस थिंग हैज बीन सजेस्टेड इन दिस बिल इन द लॉ.
That is interesting. In fact, recently the UGC नेट का जो पेपर पिछली बार पेन एंड पेपर से हुआ था, now couple of weeks और जब भी अभी होने वाला है, it is going to take place in the CBT, computer based test mode. So please have a look into it. Okay, Ashik, next question says,
सर
can
वन थिंग आई वुड लाइक टू ऐड कि सर छोटे छोटे शहरों में क्या होता है कि बच्चे स्कूल से जब निकलते हैं तो वो ग्रेजुएशन में जो सब्जेक्ट्स रखते हैं वो कॉमर्स एग्रीकल्चर छोटे छोटे सब्जेक्ट्स रख लेते हैं जिनका जो कि इकोनॉमिक वैल्यू उनको पता नहीं होता है। अगर उनका कैरियर काउंसलिंग किया जाए 9th 10th के बाद तो उन्हें पता चलेगा, जैसे कॉमर्स से रिलेटेड भी बहुत सारी हाई ग्रेड 1 की सर्विसेज भी होती है, हिस्ट्री से रिलेटेड भी होती है जो मिनिस्ट्री में जा सकते हैं, लेकिन ये लोगों को पता नहीं होता है, तो वो सारी की सारी भीड़ जो है रेलवे टीचर इंजीनियरिंग की तरफ भागती है। तो जो कैरियर की अपॉर्चुनिटी है ना, ये छोटे शहरों के लोगों को पता ही नहीं होती। इनफैक्ट मुझे नहीं पता थी, जब मैं इधर आया तो मुझे पता चलेगा अच्छा ये सब भी स्कोप होता है क्या। दैट वुड बी
चलिए,
लाइक टू।
that is a good point and very good point, and I'm happy that now you know, so you will not cannot claim later on and you can't regret कि आपको पता नहीं था. So that is very beautiful and inspiring. Ashik, can you enumerate senior care reforms in India? Five-point enumeration of senior care reforms in India.
Yes, sir. So population of senior citizen population will increase over the years. Currently 9% है, जो 18-19% हो जाएंगे 2050 तक. That is why we need certain kind of institution measures to institute care economy for the senior citizen, such as पहला हो सकता है regarding financial independency और mental care as well as overall health care, उसे focus कर सकते हैं. Palliative care overall, then institution of nurses और आशा वर्कर, उनको भी इंटीग्रेट कर सकते हैं इनके साथ. फाइनेंशियल इंडिपेंडेंसी से सोशल सिक्योरिटी, फॉर एग्जांपल इंश्योरेंस, देन
आशा वर्कर पे हमने पहले भी एक बार चर्चा की थी कि will it be feasible with the
हाँ
male?
फिजिबल हो सकता है. जब मेल आशा वर्कर डज नॉट ओनली टॉक अबाउट मेल और फीमेल, मेल भी हो सकता है आशा वर्कर, तो मेल के लिए कर सकते हैं, फीमेल के लिए कर सकते हैं, तो उनको भी इंटीग्रेट कर सकते हैं सोसाइटी के अंदर उनको. एंड मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग इज जो बिल आना चाहिए, दैट विल टॉक अबाउट सोशल सिक्योरिटी एज अ होल. कभी कभी देखा जाता है सीनियर सिटीजन को घर से निकाला जाता है, तो उसमें भी कहीं ना कहीं एक प्रोविजन होना चाहिए कि उनके जो प्रॉपर्टी है, एंसेस्टर प्रॉपर्टी है, उन पे उनका भी हक, या फिर उनको भी एक
Okay, thank you.
एलिमेंट में उनको भी एक पेमेंट मिलना.
Defense exports, challenges and opportunities. How it is a strategic imperative. Defense exports illustrate with challenges and opportunities. How it can be a strategic imperative.
Over the years, defense export is increasing. Currently, we have reached 25,000 crore something, and we have expanded to new avenues such as Vietnam, Philippines, even African, Armenia, etc. So there are certain challenges with regard to export. First of all, the technology which we are promoting, it should be well integrated into the Western bloc or as well as Russian bloc. तो उसमें एक चैलेंज आता है. फिर जो MSME सेक्टर इंडिया के अंदर है वो वाइब्रेंट करना जरूरी है, तभी आप प्रमोट कर सकते हैं. थर्ड वुड बी इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ OFP, जो ऑडिशन फैक्ट्री बोर्ड हो गया, DRDO हो गया, HAL हो गया, उनके अंदर जो इंस्टीट्यूशनल मैकेनिज्म में चेंजेस रिफॉर्म आना जरूरी है, तब एक्सपोर्ट कर सकते हैं. फिर वी आर ऑलरेडी डिपेंडेंट ऑन सेवरल रॉ मटेरियल एंड की एस्पेक्ट इन इम्पोर्ट रिगार्डिंग चिप इंडस्ट्री, सिलिकॉन, वो जब तक पूरा नहीं हो तब एक्सपोर्ट नहीं कर सकता. तो ये चैलेंजेस है. लेकिन से अपॉर्चुनिटी कैसे कि करेंटली वी आर मूविंग टूवर्ड्स प्रोडक्शन ऑफ second generation, 5th generation aircraft. We are promoting export of Arjun tank, या Swati radar, Armenia, BrahMos, etc. We can collaborate MU with certain countries, रशिया के साथ, US के साथ, हर एक लॉजिस्टिक मैकेनिज्म है अलग अलग फील्ड में. तो आई थिंक देयर इज अ स्कोप फॉर इंडिया टू इंक्रीज इट्स reach even in the Asian as well as African countries. So
one challenge. I would add up ki how we are going to deal with the dominance of US supplies and the Russian supplies, because India currently we are importing around, I think, 80% of our defense equipments from Russia. So how are we going to firstly reduce that reliance as we are focusing upon indigenization? So that is also one of the challenges.
Okay, thank you. Next question is like CAR T cell therapy. CAR T cell therapy. Ashik, what is CAR T cell therapy and 3 applications?
So CAR T cell therapy is newer technology to solve certain kind of diseases such as leukemia, sickle cell diseases, etc. How it is used? First of all, the blood from the patient is drawn up and it is then replicated in the lab where it is genetically modified. Uske baad it is transfused back into the patient blood. According to this therapy, the chances of diseases get reduced or specific ट्रीटमेंट कर सकते हैं अकॉर्डिंग टू पेशेंट. तो कहाँ कहाँ यूज कर सकते हैं? तो एक अवेन्यू सिर्फ और सिर्फ ल्यूकेमिया में मिला है तो उसको हम लोग कैंसर में भी कर सकते हैं. सेकेंड वुड बी कि पेशेंट सेंट्रिक डिजीजेस को सॉल्व कर सकते हैं. जेनेटिक डिजीज को भी हो सकता है कि आने वाले समय में सॉल्व कर सके. एंड जो जेनेटिक मॉडिफाइंग टेक्नोलॉजी है इसको इट कैन बी यूज एज वेल एज इन द बायोमेडिकल सेक्टर एंड एज वेल एज इन GM क्रॉप CAR T सेल. वहाँ पर भी जो पेस्ट कंट्रोल होता है उसको भी यूज कर सकता है. तो लॉन्ग टर्म में, लेकिन शॉर्ट टर्म में मेडिकल.
Name 2 CRISPR based gene therapies.
CRISPR based gene therapies.
Mansi.
CAR T cell therapy है सर.
Sir, one example can be CAR T cell therapy.
And
Another using like exact name to nahi pata. We can use CRISPR-Cas9
in
in gene
vaccines and
editing.
production,
Okay,
RNA and DNA.
2 names that we had discussed with Casgevy and Lyfgenia. CASGEVY and LYFGENIA. Okay. Ashik, how to green India's wastelands with agroforestry? 2 measures.
How to, sir?
How to green India's wastelands with agroforestry? 2 measures.
So 2 things are important here. First of all, local at a very grassroots level, there has to be certain kind of incentive so that the local population is energized to participate in afforestation activity. तो agroforestry हो सकता है, remuneration बढ़ सकते हैं सर. And second would be recent green market bond where you can just plant trees in that wasteland area and you can sell that wasteland area and
Give
generate
illustration. Give some
So,
illustration. Give some realistic illustration. Yes.
realistic sir, जैसे थार डेजर्ट है, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट क्रिएटिंग अ ग्रीन वॉल इन दैट रीजन. थार हो गए, थार डेजर्ट में. सिमिलरली इन अफ्रीकन कंट्रीज वहाँ पर भी जो साहेल रीजन है वहाँ पे देयर हैज बीन टॉक अबाउट ग्रीन वॉल. वो एक एस्पेक्ट है.
Okay. Nitrogen pollution. It is a silent threat which is amplifying global water. You can which is it is actually amplifying threat. That's what it shows globally. So what you think must be done with respect to nitrogen pollution as far as water scarcity is concerned? Give 2 solutions.
So first would be mitigate only from the starting point कि nitrogen pollution ही no. That is why we are talking about electric vehicles and clean energy. उससे focus. Second would be after the nitrogen is released in the atmosphere, कैसे nitrogen sequester कर सकते हैं ground में. For example, nitrogen fixation bacteria we can use to multiply And third would be creation of using of algae, blue green algae, certain kind of technological intervention so that the nitrogen is fixed by the water body as well. क्योंकि nitrogen itself is not a pollutant, but it reacts with other pollutant to create a secondary pollutant. तो NOx हो गया.
Evaluate smart cities mission with respect to India becoming a 5 trillion economy.
Smart city is very crucial for India because it
Evaluate
is
smart
Yes.
cities mission. Yeah.
Yes, sir. It is very crucial for India because it is integrating several aspects of our urban governance, such as decentralization, technology, integrative transportation, sewage management, everything, data governance, etc. But the challenges are certain. First of all, keep it is currently running under the SPP model, special purpose model, but it has already in certain cases it has bypassed the local bodies jurisdiction. तो एक पहला चैलेंज है. सेकंड वुड बी जो एसपीबी में जो डायरेक्टर होते हैं दे आर नॉट इलेक्टेड, दे आर सेलेक्टेड, दे आर अपॉइंटेड. तो सेकंड थर्ड वुड बी कि ओनली जो प्रोजेक्ट है उसमें जो प्रायोरिटी बेसिस पे क्या होना चाहिए, इट हैज़ नॉट बीन ऑडिटेड प्रॉपरली. कि सीवेज ट्रीटमेंट से पहले फोकस होना चाहिए, वाटर होना चाहिए. हर एक सिटी के लिए डिफरेंट हो सकता है. कहीं पर सिटी में ऑलरेडी वाटर प्रोजेक्ट है ही तो वहाँ पर कुछ और करें, तो वो चैलेंजेस है. फोर्थ विल बी सर इंक्लूजन ऑफ प्राइवेट बॉडीज, बॉन्ड क्रिएशन ऑफ बॉन्ड की फाइनेंशियल कैपेसिटी होना चाहिए लोकल बॉडीज का, वो ही नहीं है तो कैसे आप स्मार्ट सिटी बना सकते हैं. उसी के लिए प्राइवेट सेक्टर का इन्वेस्टमेंट चाहिए, गवर्नमेंट का कैपेक्स इन्वेस्टमेंट चाहिए इन क्रिएटिंग ऑफ अर्बन स्पेस, वो नहीं, वो कम है.
सर एक ये भी बोल सकते हैं कि
बट देयर आर सर्टेन एग्जाम्पल. फॉर एग्जाम्पल कोयम्बटूर इंडिया में वन ऑफ द लीडिंग स्मार्ट सिटी प्रोजेक्ट है. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट इंदौर में जो सॉलिड वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम इट कैन बी रेप्लिकेटेड इन अदर सिटीज. उसकी तो दैट मॉडल कैन बी यूज, कैन बी रेप्लिकेटेड एंड custom according to local terrain.
So we can also say that smart cities mission will have a direct impact on the livabilities of the cities, and also it will enhance the ease of living element. So it will directly impact the lives of the people. So be it like administratively or traffic management or easily availability of adequate amount of resources. So that's how it can help.
Yeah, good points. Okay, Ashik, the next issue that we can discuss for in brief is what is the status of last one decade with respect to the WTO ministerial conferences, and what 4 areas we must focus upon with respect to India?
Yes, sir. In last decade, WTO ministerial conference has been focusing on special but differentiate element, equity and benefit sharing for the developing as well as underdeveloping countries as compared to developed countries. For example, Bali Peace Clause 2013 में आया था with regarding to the stockpiling of food grains for food security. Second would be IPR. उसमें it has been discussed कि India during crisis can use compulsory licensing to produce vaccination. उसमें थर्ड वुड बी रिगार्डिंग डिस्प्यूट सेटलमेंट मैकेनिज्म. उसमें जो इश्यूज है जो फेस करते हैं with regarding to phytosanitary measures which India faces and non-custom barrier which India faces. तो इंडिया के हिसाब से क्या होना चाहिए? इंडिया will talk about long term में कि there should be a equity in the overall jurisdiction of WTO with regarding to the peace clause. परमानेंट पीस क्लॉज होना चाहिए, टेम्पररी नहीं होना चाहिए. सेकंड वुड बी डिस्प्यूट सेटलमेंट मैकेनिज्म में देयर शुड बी अ अपॉइंटमेंट मोर रेगुलर एंड मोर. थर्ड वुड बी रिगार्डिंग डेटा गवर्नेंस, डेटा लोकलाइजेशन. एंड सर रिगार्डिंग द वैक्सीनेशन ड्राइव, WTO में देयर हैज़ बीन नो टॉक रिगार्डिंग द कंपल्सरी लाइसेंसिंग. उसको इंडिया बोलेगा लॉन्ग टर्म में इसको एक्सीड करे. एंड लास्ट वुड बी non-tariff barrier used by the developed countries such as European Union CBAM. India opposed this because it is not talking about the trade aspect of WTO. So India
Okay.
will, yes,
Please continue. Please continue. Okay.
so according to India, the measures would be that WTO should become more inclusive. It should include representation from African countries in dispute settlement mechanism and aspect and appellate tribunal also.
And sir, of late, we're also seeing that WTO has been talking about the issues which are not related to trade. For example, the IPR. So in that case, also India's stand is we should restrict to things which are related to trade regulation, the free trade promotion.
Okay. Ashik, Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Amendment Bill 2024. What is its desire and how far do you think it will be effective? Water Prevention and Control of Pollution Amendment Bill 2024.
So desirability of the amendment bill is to tackle the sewage treatment in urban space. It will talk about groundwater pollution because in certain areas in the country, fluoride, uranium, etc., it is available in the groundwater as well. Third desire would be easy, accessible, equity-based sharing of water, water productivity, it will talk about. And fifth aspect would be water conservation. कि कंजर्वेशन के साथ कैसे कम कर सकते हैं pollution.
Can you be more specific? Any more idea, please?
So,
No, sir.
in terms of like desirability of this law, we can say कि it desires to ensure how India can successfully and sustainably emerge out of the water stress situation that we might slip into. And secondly, ensuring availability of clean potable water to the last mile, apart from the points which have been highlighted by Ashik.
Okay. Okay. Ashik, please tell me how to tackle the issue of financing of Panchayati Raj. Bring legislative and other socio-political imperatives.
Panchayati Raj institution is soul of grassroots level democracy, but it faces financial crunches with regarding to the taxation collection and as well as fiscal devolution from the state as well. There has also been an intervention by the non-elected executive regarding the panchayat election. So several legislative intervention is required. First of all, strong arming the Finance Commission of India so that they can devolve the fund directly to the panchayati allocation. Second would be giving more power to panchayat regarding the collection of finance from the tax that needs certain kind of amendment in the state list as well as in schedule 11 and schedule 12. Third would be regarding the other sources of revenue, for example bond market, which can be included in as a source for panchayati. And fourth will be inclusion of local representative as well as secretary as well as other bodies so that the panchayat finance is well distributed, it is transparent and it is more accountable.
So we can also say that one of the solution can be amending the discretionary powers of the state assembly and making that more reasonable so that we can increase transparency about the financial devolution by the states to the Panchayati Raj bodies.
Okay, but do you really think that we will be able to do so? And states will be, willing to allow such kind of devolution of their powers?
So I'm just saying that we need to amend the discretionary powers. I'm not talking about completely taking away the powers of the state assemblies. We can make certain reasonable changes in them with certain reasonable restrictions, because even the functioning of the overall state's economy also ultimately depends upon how the Panchayati Raj bodies have been functioning at the local level.
Okay, thank you. Ashik, please tell me which port of Bangladesh is going to be connected with northeastern states of India, and how do you see India-Bangladesh relations with respect to the Bay of Bengal and even the future imperatives?
Yes, sir. So connecting the Chittagong port and surrounding one more port is there, I cannot recall that, to
Mata,
the Matas
yes,
Mata
Tarbari Port.
Matawari port to northeast will ensure that speed process of development is instilled in that region under the Department of Northeast Development, and what imperative it will play regarding a Bay of Bengal. The Northeast requires port connectivity so that the production industries that is there, it can be directly integrated into a supply chain market through Bangladesh. तो port के through it will be more easier for Northeast. वो एक aspect. Second aspect would be
So we can say reviving the important role of BIMSTEC, which is very important for the, again, the regional security of even the Indo-Pacific or the Bay of Bengal region for India and both the other member countries of BIMSTEC.
Hmm. And you have to bring also the role of China, investment of China in
और
Bangladesh.
सर जो पोर्ट है, it will also act as a key port in that region. For example, हम लोग म्यांमार बात करते हैं या थाईलैंड बात करते हैं या फिर कोलकाता, तो उस रीजन को कनेक्ट कर सकता है, तो ओवरऑल डेवलपमेंट हो सकता है, तो इस एस्पेक्ट हो तो एक्ट
So
ईस्ट
even from
पॉलिसी
the
को अचीव कर सकते हैं उसके थ्रू.
perspective of regional security for India, because we talk about the threat from China in terms of getting access to the Chicken's Neck corridor. So in terms of direct connectivity via Bangladesh to the northeast region will also play important role.
Okay, Ashik, please tell me, Indian Meteorological Department, which had been celebrating its 150th year, what are the four crucial roles of IMD, and what role it must play in the context of climate security, or one can say food security for India?
Yes, sir. So IMD acts as a climate watcher for India. It disseminates information regarding the cyclone as well as El Nino, La Nina, and other weather movement that is in the Indian subcontinent region. It also recommends state center regarding the measures that it can take, along with the institutions such as in Institute of Tropical in Pune, regarding mapping of several locations that is prone to the disaster in India. The more crucial role it will play regarding climate. The first would be, yes, sir, inclusion of new technology. For example, supercomputer, etc. under the Pune Institute, Tropical Institute, या फिर IIT Madras हो गया, that will cater to the overall mapping of this region. Localized mapping हो सकता है, and as well as it will track the erratic monsoon as well. It will recommend the state कि आप कैसे welfare approach ले सकते हैं, disaster management में काम कर सकते हैं. It will also include schemes to protect and channelize the welfare approach for the fisheries body, fishermen के लिए भी. So IMD plays a very important role, say, in climate and food security. It can also interact with the Ministry of Agriculture for the changes in sowing period, kharif rabi के लिए वो हो सकता है. And with the mapping of the whole India, every state can take initiative which crop would they show in that particular season. उसमें IMD का बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल हो सकता है. तो डिजास्टर एक्शन प्लान में IMD का रोल है, चाहे वो हीट एक्शन प्लान कर सके लोकल बॉडी के साथ. IMD के अलग अलग स्टेशन है इंडिया के अंदर में, वो कोऑर्डिनेट कर सकते हैं विद द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट एज वेल लोकल गवर्नमेंट रिगार्डिंग डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट प्लान. इंश्योरेंस मैकेनिज्म जो दिया जाता है फसल बीमा योजना से लेकर बाकी सब, उसमें भी IMD का रूल आता है कि सब कैसे इंश्योरेंस बेहतर तरीके से दे सकते हैं, ट्रांसपेरेंट कैसे रहे, ऑब्जेक्टिविटी कैसे रहे.
Okay, that's good. So we have taken up a lot of few questions and try to brainstorm, try to see what kind of facts and ideas and you know a thought process we can bring. So first I would ask Bhaskar. So what kind of a feedback would you like to give?
सर ये जो एक ओवरऑल आइडिया था, मतलब हर एक टॉपिक के बारे में एक जानकारी होना ये बहुत बड़ी बात होती है. मतलब कि आपको रैंडमली कुछ पूछा जाए और उस पर आपको कुछ बोलना हो, दैट्स अ बिग थिंग. और उस पर आपका ओपिनियन तो बहुत ही अच्छा था. अभी आसिफ का जो भी था ओपिनियन, अप्रिशिएट.
Okay, that's cool. Okay. So Karuna.
Yes, sir. So they both were really precise in their answers and very relaxed. So I'm learning from both of them.
Okay, so you and Prerna are instructed to write down all the questions. Means Prerna would be writing all the questions and answers on her own, and she will be putting it on the group also. This is your duty to make sure that she is doing it and getting back. So Mansi, would you like to say?
I would just say that the points were better explained. We can be like little more calm and stable when we are stating the points, and we can say it in more structured manner, like 1, 2, 3. And I think
Yeah.
other areas were
Doing
well
it. We'll be working on that also, and that's great. And we'll be doing the part 2 of the session. And wishing all of you all the best. And always remember that smart work with full confidence always brings success, and it brings stability also.